has to do with weight gain and family feedback and friends feedback and kind of thing. When you're sitting right on the verge of being healthy or being a healthy weight, and your eating disorder, or you think it's too much, but your family thinks it's good, and then they start making comments which triggers you into having symptoms. And then once you lose the weight, they start making more comments, and that triggers you into having different sort of symptoms. Yeah, it's actually something that a lot of people find really difficult. I know I am nowhere near approaching that BMI right now, that sort of healthy range of 18.5 starts to be healthy. I'm not there at all. I haven't been there in years, because it's not healthy for me. And that's one of the things that's really, really important that we take into consideration, is that just because it says it's medically healthy doesn't mean that it's going to be healthy for every single person out there. But that I did find that when I was gaining weight, and I gained a lot of weight, I did find that was probably the hardest part, was going from very, very, very thin and sickly looking to going to very thin but almost sort of healthy looking. And that, I found it extremely difficult, and so I can totally relate. And I can see how you'd be having a really, really hard time with that. My advice always when you're gaining weight is, we all fear that we're going to get fat, obviously. But my advice would be to get a friend, a trusted friend, who you can ask for their opinion only when you ask for it, though. Like, don't ask them to solicit their opinion without you asking for it. Just ask for their opinion and their reassurance that you're not fat yet whenever you're gaining your weight. Trust that, it has to be a friend that's going to give you an honest opinion, but it also has to be a friend that's going to give you a gentle opinion. A gentle, honest opinion, if that makes any sense. But yeah. And then after that, I think that it's absolutely really crucial that nobody except them makes any comment on your weight or your body image, because it's obviously very, very triggering. So just basically ask your family and friends, hi, please don't comment on my weight or my body image. I don't comment on yours, and if I do want your opinion, rest assured I will ask for it. And then don't ever ask for it, except from this trusted friend that's going to reassure you you're not getting fat as you gain weight. The thing is that you're so much more than your body, you're so much more than your weight, and when friends and family get focused on that, they just sort of feed the eating disorder. But they're doing it out of a place of concern. It's the same thing as when you say, oh, you look good. A lot of people can construe that as, oh my god, I got fat. It's the same kind of thing. When they say that you're looking too thin, it's because you're starting to look a little sickly. And then when they stop saying that, all of a sudden it doesn't mean that you're better, and it doesn't mean that you're sort of totally out of the woods or anything like that. But just because they stop saying something, or just because they start giving you positive feedback, doesn't mean that you're fat. So yeah, just solicit that one person, and they're the only people whose opinion about your body image that you should be taking seriously. And so it's really, really hot here in Ottawa, and I live on the 9th floor on the east side, and it's just, I think my brains are firing. Okay. The other thing too is I eating disorder therapist will urge you to do a body image tracing. And that can be quite reassuring too, because once they do the tracing and you see that you do have a distorted body image, it can be a lot easier to trust that you're wrong, and that you don't have to sort of be so vigilant on adhering to your opinion because you know it's wrong. You've had like physical evidence that it's wrong. In terms of like getting past that point where you're really it's really difficult and you can fall back into the underweight category, and or you can be healthy, and that's triggering in itself. Just keep going through it. Mechanical eating, just keep going, keep at it. Pays off in the long run. And to be quite honest, weight-wise, it just gets easier from that point on. It's, you may have more weight to gain, you may not, but I guarantee you that was definitely the hardest part weight gain-wise for me. Just have one opinion that you listen to, that you trust, and discard everybody else's. Try not to let your symptoms get sort of wrapped up in other people's opinions. If you're having symptoms for you, it should be about, opinions that you have about you, and not anything else. You shouldn't be having symptoms at all for any reason, but if you do feel that it's necessary, definitely don't be having symptoms for other people. That's just no. Don't have symptoms for yourself either. You have a bath or go for a walk or something else instead. But yeah, and the cycle, breaking that cycle is hard to do, but it's not impossible. Distraction really works quite well. And once you break that cycle, do your damnedest to stop and don't ever go back to it again. And there's a lot of building mastery too. When you get to the point where you're like, oh, you know what, I've gone 3 days without symptoms. That's more than I've gone in 2 years. And then you soon after you have weeks and months and years without symptoms, and you know that you can do it. So I'm sorry, this is totally all over the place today. But yeah, I'm hoping that was sort of some benefit somewhere, and if not, then sorry. I hope it'll work out a little bit better next weekend. This heat wave is supposed to stop, so maybe I can think straight next weekend. Take care.